awakened to play. More like, I've been awakened to play for long.
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge. I am Lord Gamerman of this lounge, here to come with you with... I reviewed the first game when it got remastered. I reviewed the second game the minute it got remastered. And if I were to review the third game the minute it gets remastered, it would take 2 years. It would take too long. Let's make it quicker. Yeah, let's make it quicker, alright? Roll the intro for Video Game Classics. Gaming of today is taking a crap. Might as well step back and go retro. Video game preservation is a big damn deal. All the games you missed out in the past. Let's take a look at all the treasures on carts and discs. Maybe someone will bring them to today for a second chance. But hey, this is Insert Channel Name here, and welcome to the archival of games of the past. Let's go retro with Video Game Classics. Just so you know, I had to go through the mental gymnastics of coming up with this intro. So for crying out loud, please appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Video Game Classics, where we review the retros. And that totally said, I reviewed Quake 1 when it got remastered. I reviewed Quake 2 when it got remastered. But when it came to Quake 3, I figured I'm not going to wait 2 years. I'm going to go do it now. I'm going to go play Quake 3 now. And I figured out a way about doing it. And that's where Video Game Classics for Quake 3 Arena kicks in. Quake 3 Arena, released in 1999 on PC, got an expansion pack titled Quake 3 Team Arena a year later. However, Quake 3 Arena would see later releases on consoles such as Sega Dreamcast and PlayStation 2. Quake 3 Arena would go and birth the arena shooter subgenre, brought in many competitors such as Nerf Arena Blast, Turok Rage Wars, and the biggest of them all, the Unreal Tournament franchise. Quake 3 Arena would later take form of Quake Live, but would lose the campaign mode and the blood and gore. However, Quake Live started as a browser game on PC and Mac, but was later released as a standalone executable on Steam. Quake 3 would be later ported to Xbox 360 as Quake Arena Arcade. Yeah, that's right. Quake 3 is a big damn deal of a first-person shooter because it would start off the arena shooter, and which is a subgenre of first-person shooter that I grew up and loved a lot. And the fact that there hasn't been much arena shooters lately, yeah, somebody bring back arena shooters. Somebody needs to bring back arena shooters. Bring back the arena shooters! Bring it back! Now! The story is really simplistic as ever, considering Quake 3 Arena. Quake 3 Arena takes place, of course, in the arena, and you are tasked to frag to the top. You have to conquer 7 tiers. Yes, the game does have online multiplayer, but you can skirmish with AI opponents. Bots can even chat and react to your chats, which was a very bonus thing that was really nice. However, the weapon roster for Quake 3 this time would be the Gauntlet. That would be your melee. The machine gun, the shotgun, the plasma rifle, the lightning gun, the chain gun, the rocket launcher, grenade launcher, railgun, and the BFG-10K. Power-ups such as quad damage, invulnerability, flight, haste, and invisibility are present. However, let's go through the weapons. The BFG-10K is a nerfed version of the BFG compared to previous titles, but fires more rapidly and still does its share of devastating damage. The railgun is a devastating laser beam gun that can mostly insta-kill, and the Gauntlet is like a powered saw blade. Killing with it is considered humiliation. Yes, I had to use the voice. Matches can be structured as in how many frags to win, most frags in the selected time amount wins, and who reaches the selected number of frags under the selected time amount wins, and etc. There is a huge set of arena maps, especially with the console-exclusive levels. We'll get into that later. The bots can be totally formidable if not careful. Fragging yourself or falling out of bounds will penalize your score by 1 point, something to keep in mind about. However, there is a huge selection of playable characters, and of course, Quake 3 Arena would have its fast-paced arena shooting fun. id Software really went all out when it came to the design of Quake 3 Arena, especially the sound presentation and visual presentations. The designs of the arenas have been really thought through, they're brilliantly decorated, and the level design is, of course, fantastic. Arenas take inspirations from previous titles. And, of course, the character designs are fantastic throughout the board. Impressive. Going all out in terms of the playable characters. And the sound presentations with the weapons are very satisfying, and the music of the game is a fitting and addictive listen. The theme song of Camping Grounds is stuck in my head. Sincerest of apologies, but however, if I remember right, after Quake 4, the Quake series went, well, actually, there was the Enemy Territory Quake Wars, and then, oh yeah, I remember, if I remember right, yeah, it was announced at 2010's QuakeCon, 2010's QuakeCon, when I was in high school, and then the next thing you know, it was like unveiled to everybody, oh, Quake, yeah, Quake 3, it's ported over to browser. You could play it on browser, and that's what Quake 3 started off being. And yeah, more on Quake Live. I was pointing my finger. See? Pointing finger. More on Quake Live. Quake Live. It started off as a browser game, but became a standalone available on Steam. It has a lot of revamped UIs and menus, of course. But however, Quake Live would be more focused towards the online multiplayer aspect. However, Quake Live would also go and nerf the railgun for some reason. However, Quake Live would add in exclusive content, of course exclusive to Quake Live, and of course you cannot set the match conditions. It is who can reach 50 frags in 15 minutes by default. And yes, by default, it does get along well with HD resolutions, and you don't need to worry about modding and playing around with some CFG files, so that's a plus side with Quake Live. I don't like being stripped of the blood and gore and violence in a game that was already rated M for, actually, to be fair, didn't they rate Quake Live rated T for teen after that? But you don't strip away the campaign. You don't strip away the campaign. The campaign was dope. It was like a wonderful career mode campaign at its time. But here's the good news. It got brought back, the blood and gore. There's the blood and gore, and then there's the career mode campaign. However, that was in a later port on Xbox, meaning Quake Arena Arcade. God damn it! God damn it! Quake Arena Arcade! Fucking god damn it! Imagine what would have happened if they actually went with that idea. Quake Arena Arcade adds exclusive content such as maps and the nail gun, which we have seen in Quake Live as well. It has content from Quake 3 and Quake 3 Team Arena combined together, offers online play with AI opponents, and offers online and system link play. Revamps UI and menus, and is $5 on the Xbox Marketplace, and of course, it's forwards compatible with Xbox One and Xbox Series. And yes, it brings back the campaign and revamps the campaign, while it also keeps the blood and gore in Quake 3 Arena. Okay, so if there's anything that I would go about Quake 3, okay, we can all come to an agreement that Night Dive should totally touch on Quake 3 Arena next. But I'd say take your time. Just take your time. I know you got your other games to remaster, especially Turok 3, so yeah, and I know they just got done remaking System Shock 1. So they got things going. Just let them do their remastering from left and right. That's right. It's the wonderful Tex engine, and it's amazing. But anyway, until then, here's the shenanigans that we got to deal with in Quake 3. Or Quake Live. Or Quake Arena Arcade. Here is my issues that I had with Quake 3 Arena and its ports. Now, Quake 3 Arena, getting the game to run on modern hardware, especially achieve HD resolutions with no caveats whatsoever, is going to take messing around with third-party add-ons, mods that fix, and dinging around with the config files. With that totally said, consider researching and utilizing reliable tutorials. Widescreen resolutions will come packed with side effects when it comes to Quake 3 Arena. And when it comes to Quake Live, it loses the blood and gore and career mode campaign, and of course, it nerfs the railgun, and it locks the match settings, unfortunately. Also, Quake Arena Arcade might be a doozy for some when it comes to playing with controllers rather than keyboard and mouse. But Quake Arena Arcade, unfortunately, would lack the split screen, but it does allow System Link. Now, you can go ahead and watch me get my ass kicked by the AI opponents on Hurt Me Plenty difficulty. It's a demo that I recorded in the game, which is a neat little... It has like a demo recorder, and you can replay your demos at the demo menu. It's pretty crazy. All you just need to do is open up your console. That's pretty great. Look at me, not having a hard time with my railgun kills. I had a great time when it came to Quake 2, and I was nailing my railgun shots pretty good. I was railing everybody from left to right. My life sucks. Anyway, so yeah, this is what happens when you toy around with the config files and play around with the mods from left and right. And the community of Quake 3 will not stop at nothing to become the Night Dive at the house. I mean, seriously, look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. This is the power of toying around with the CFG files and modding too. It's amazing. And I have it running off like a Vulkan launcher for the game. Yes, that's right. I got it running off Vulkan. It's pretty crazy. Whoever invented the Vulkan thingy for Quake 3, good job. Quake 3 Arena is a really influential game. It spawned a more serious rival, Unreal Tournament. That franchise spawned sequels, but moving on back to Quake 3 Arena, it was made with id Software aware of the community, hopping onto the multiplayer and fragging each other. Quake 3 Arena today requires a lot of modding and patching around and playing around with the CFG files. However, Quake Arena Arcade is a surprisingly good port that is forwards compatible, but unless you have a keyboard and mouse peripheral or add-on for your Xbox, you will really have to master playing with a controller. If you're really patient enough to wait for Night Dive to come out with a more definitive remaster, I don't blame you. However, Quake 3 Arena is one hell of a thrilling first-person shooter with whether you're playing offline with AI bots, oh so formidable, or playing with friends. It is addicting as hell, and you will really have a great time. A worthy addition to your library. So yeah, good times are to be had with Quake 3 Arena. Whether you're playing Quake 3 Arena, the OG, Quake Live, or Quake Arena Arcade, you're going to be having a good time with this controller, unless you can find an accessory which you can use like a keyboard and mouse controller. It would be perfect for first-person shooters. If I could find one that would work on Xbox 360, I would be having a good time, but here we go. But no, Quake 3 Arena, got it modded around, got it CFG file dinging around, and yeah, good times were being had with Quake 3, and yeah, I really hope Night Dive would touch on that, but however, they're working on Turok 3, they're doing what they can, but hey, like I said, with Quake 3, whether the OG, Quake Live, Quake Arena Arcade, good times be had. With that totally said, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.